Whoa. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What is up? What's up? Happy Sunday, y'all. I know it's late. I know it's real late. Who do we have? Let me say what's up to everybody. Happy Sunday. How many of you guys watched the Super Bowl? Super Bowl, anybody? I'm not gonna lie. I slept right through it. I slept right through the entire Super Bowl. I saw that Seattle was up, finished eating my meal, and we were done. Alaric Alan Ortega, what's up? How's it going? Let me say what's up to everybody. Basin Jordan is here. Jad, Anna Banana, Valerie Verbal, Eileen, Darcy's here. T2, Rach is in the house. Tammy, Cindy from sunny South Florida. Who else do we have? Carrie, it's only me. Master Death is here. How's it going? What up, Sam? Ms. Dizzle, the cat's here, and then I rock. What's up, everybody? Hold on, let me switch to live chat. Live chat. All right, y'all. All right. Let me see. Mystique Faye, how's it going? Viking Woman, what up? Storm, what's up, Storm? How's it going? Jazz says she needs to get her laptop. Okay. The crew is all piling in. I see some people. B. Benwell, what up? How's it going? What's up, y'all? I feel like I haven't done a David video in a while. So, you know, still a bit quiet compared to other channels. The intro was very loud, if that helps. Yo, was it loud? Damn, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm still a noob, and I haven't taken time to figure it out. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But thank you, T2. I appreciate your honesty. All right, let me know. I want to know in the chat, how were the Super Bowl ads? Were they good? Some of y'all weren't a fan of the Super Bowl halftime show, and that's okay. That is definitely okay. I didn't watch any of it, so I fell asleep. But yeah, and then I rock said, hit that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button, y'all. All right, so before we get started, I do want to say that I did find some footage, or some footage was sent to me about parties that happen at D4VD'S. So I thought maybe it'd be a good idea that maybe we just kind of sit down and watch some of that footage, right? We don't have to watch all of it, but maybe just kind of see what exactly was going down at David's house. Because we did hear reports before, right, that there were noise complaints that came in, or it was, you know, it was a quiet place. There weren't a lot of parties, or there weren't parties at all. But this video shows otherwise. So we'll probably get right into it, and we'll just start off. This is a vlog that was sent to me. This basically has some new footage of people at a party. And I guess you're going to see a party that took place at David's house. So why don't we just go ahead and get into it? So here, this is another vlog. Don't know the artist. I don't know the person's name. I think it's Ali Lowe. But this is a vlog that she filmed. I guess they were partying. So let's go take a look at this. Might have to mute some of it because I don't know if there's any
Best vlogger all time. Photo phenomenon. 2025.
Hey guys, this is my first vlog ever.
That was loud. Sorry, y'all.
Swagalicious to you, bitch.
I'm gonna be vlogging every single week, and I'm gonna be uploading every single month.
It's so much work. I'm so tired. I don't have time. It's so exhausting.
Hi vlog.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys,
We're going to a pool party for this is the third time.
Take.
I'm gonna show you our outfits.
And this This is my outfit.
So look, I don't know who this person is. This video was just sent to me, and we're just showing you what was in this video. Okay, I don't know who this person is, so just bear with us. Okay, y'all don't have to like this video, but I just wanted to show this to you guys.
We're with Yasmin. She's in the vlog.
Millennium Dance Complex. Okay, so Millennium is a dance studio out here in LA, and I do happen to know a few dancers that have danced at that studio. So I'm curious if this person is a dancer.
I need to drink too. It's an open bar. That was not what I asked, but it's okay. For the alley of the future, start buying more watermelon. It's so good. Bitch! They're locked in.
You're making me angry.
I don't want to make her angry. Given model, and she's given photographer.
What's happening here? Oh, she's also vlogging for her YouTube channel. Hi.
Anyone who won?
I'm just vibing. I do my lip liner. Bye guys.
So it looks like they're at looks like a huge house party.
We're going to Barney though. Shocker. You would never know.
You would absolutely never know where we're going. We are about to get food. What is on the menu?
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like Barney's Beanery. I don't know what location it is, but I can just kind of tell by the stuff that they have inside the restaurant. And she did mention something about going to Barney's. So I'm assuming they're at Barney's Beanery. Ooh, Whitney, you work 60 hours a week? Ooh, that sounds tiring, but I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing well.
Wings, water. Who needs water?
Right, Storm? These kids were probably made to that song. Ugh. Which one? That Soldier Boy one?
I need water. Why not? You need to hydrate. You need to hydrate
All right, so
I need water.
I don't know if you guys just saw that, but that was our boy Flojo. Our boy Flojo, not Flojo. What the heck? I just read my name in the comments. Sorry, y'all. That was David, not Flojo.
Why not? You need to hydrate. You need to hydrate.
That right there is David right here in the red t-shirt. You can tell because he's got all this jewelry on, and it looks like he's wearing that famous do-rag that he's been wearing.
We're trying. Hey, honey.
And so this I believe is the party that was at the mansion. This is at the 1368 Vareo. Can you pull up his pants for once? Sheesh. Right? Here, let's go back so y'all can see that again.
Why not? You need to hydrate. You need to hydrate. We're trying. Hey, honey, Uncrustable.
Honey Uncrustables? What? I didn't even know those existed. Our boy right here wearing that extra medium shirt.
Hey, honey, Uncrustable.
Doesn't taste like this.
It doesn't taste that good?
Oh, what? I'm rating it. You live most of your childhood? Cool.
Tastes like every other dish.
So what'd you...
Look at him.
And so this looks like it. This is in the kitchen, right? The kitchen in the mansion. And I think they have this little nook over here where they have that dinner table. Are they that good, Whitney?
Hey guys, we're gonna go to Pilates. It's Crystal's first class, but
Okay,
we'll let you know how it goes.
So awkward.
You're the best princess the night we met. We're gonna roll this forever.
Seriously.
I love it, foreheads.
Not the extra medium, the extra medium.
shits. Child.
I hope my video doesn't get demonetized with all this music in the background. Okay, so this girl is probably a dancer. Oh, whoa, what's going on here?
I think I have parasites, which is no. I heard that if you love you. ¿De dónde es la camisa?
Okay, that's the dance studio Millennium.
Should I get something? And I say, yeah. And then you can you not film this conversation? Get in my room and then you start looking at them. Men start getting annoying.
That was Neo the Asian and the manager too. Did I miss that?
Hey, training the new generations. We're training the 15-year-old. 16.
What is this, boba time? Yep, they're at boba time, getting boba.
A really fucking big watermelon
Now they're drinking. I don't know if there's any more David.
This is what I vlog on.
Okay, so this is Ryan, and we'll talk about Ryan a little later too, because we've made contact with him.
Yeah, this is what I vlog on. Guys, this isn't my vlog, but we're at some random rich nigga's house.
Okay, so here, great point, right? So here, you guys are going to see a very famous photo come to life, right? So here, make sure you guys are paying attention. I forgot about this part.
But we're at some random rich nigga's house.
Okay, so I think that's David right over there. And if I'm not mistaken, he's wearing that that t-shirt that he's been seen in, the one that says "Sounds gay, I'm in," right? I think that's the shirt he's wearing. I can't remember who this photographer is, but I don't think it's Zerg, so I don't know. Okay, that is David right there. So you can see right there. Looks like he's wearing that "Sounds gay, I'm in" t-shirt.
Something.
So boring.
What is going on here? Y'all remember this photo? I know y'all remember this photo, right? This is an infamous photo where David's got his hand tucked under Neo's waist. I don't know if they're holding hands right here. The pick. Yep, that's right. Viking woman, the pick. Anybody know if this is a club or an actual or somebody's house? I don't know. I don't go out these days, so he's definitely wearing that "Sounds gay, I'm in" shirt. Whitney, you're wild. Yeah, this is a very infamous photo, right? That we've seen everywhere. There's actual video. This is crazy. This is Trent Kim, and if you guys don't know who Trent Kim is, Trent was also the person that went to Oslo, Norway in that photo with Asia, right? He's a DJ that spins out here in LA somewhere. Not entirely sure exactly where. Okay, so that's Trent. And here, that's Neo, y'all.
Shots of the night. I love Trent.
And Neo the Asian. My bad.
It really makes me wonder, though. It really makes me wonder. They've been on that couch for quite some time.
And Neo the Asian.
Oh, can anybody tell if they're on one or what? The art on the wall and the TV make me think this is someone's house. It's a good point. Yeah, I saw the wine on the wall, so I was thinking maybe it's a fancy restaurant, but a house sounds right. Ryan said it was somebody's house. Oh yeah, it's some rich person's house, right?
My bad.
the night? I had so much fun. We made a pact where we are just going to be dancing. Yes, on the dance
Or
floor.
Tusi, that pink stuff, huh?
Turn the lights on.
In my medical opinion, what over-the-counter meds could they be on that would be a downer? I don't know, Benadryl. That'd probably be the only one that would get you feeling drowsy, right? Darcy, not sure if that's the Vareo Mansion, but it very well could be. Who knows? Who knows? Could be shrooms or X. Yeah, it's the crib. They're wasted, dropping that dope, smoking acid. Ooh, I don't want to know. All right, so here, let me pause that really quick and let me find another video. Let me see. Do me a favor though, if you guys haven't already, smash that like button, y'all. We're hanging out tonight, Super Bowl Sunday. Got 69 of y'all in here. Wow, y'all really just hanging out tonight, huh? All right, let me find another video because I have another one. I know we kind of showed this to you guys before. I just got to make sure that I get to it. Where is it? Okay. Hold on. This is one. And then let me get this one. Oh, wow. Well, look at here. It says here that this video is no longer available. So whoever owned this video took it down. Ay, 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 ay. Well, that's unfortunate. Why are they taking it down? Hold on. I don't like that. I don't like that they took it down. They really don't want to be found, yo. Damn, now they're gonna make me dig into the archives. Hold on. Thankful for us, we save everything around here, y'all. Y'all can take it down, but we save everything. Well, that's kind of sus, right? Why are they taking down the video? Yeah, Dell, the video was just taken down. So anyways, this is the actual video. Because we save everything around here. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was a video that we broke down and we showed you. There was some extra footage of our good friend over here. Right, let's just take you back.
Are we in the vlog?
You know, baby.
Hey, what's up, vlog? What's good? We're at Gooner Expo.
Yo, oh my God.
We gooning and shit.
All right, Dr. Eggman,
You know
what's
what I'm
up?
saying?
And the shadow chain.
I got the shadow chain. You know what I'm saying? I'm the smartest scientist in the world. I'm about to root this shit. Yo, fuck that blue bitch, bro. Fuck the hedgehog. And his little yellow friend, bro. Don't read too much into that. I'm Asian. You good?
I don't know if I can put that in, can I?
You can. I'm Asian. You're good.
All right,
You're good. You're good.
We're in Gooner Hall.
Yo, the smell instantly changed. It was like a deafening smell of death.
18 plus, where's Gooner Hall?
There's an 18 plus section down there.
Yo.
Exactly where Gooner Hall is.
Whoa. Wait, what? What did she say?
I'm Asian. You're good.
All right,
You're good. You're good.
We're in Gooner Hall.
Yo, the smell instantly changed. It was like a deafening smell of death.
18 plus, where's Gooner Hall?
There's an 18 plus section down there.
Yo.
Exactly where Gooner Hall is.
Asia says she knows exactly where Gooner Hall is, y'all. Let's give it up for Asia, y'all. Shout out to Asia and knowing where Gooner Hall is.
Gonna hold the boys.
There's David, right, with the blue wig.
No, there's a line for Baku.
No way. There's a line for Baku.
Neo, everybody said Neo's paying for everyone.
Swap is out.
He's buying spot for
No,
everyone.
I'm not. No.
Bigs are not on me.
This is not on me.
It's on me. He's Neo and anagrams for what?
I guess I don't know.
You mean I can dodge bullets?
Shut
I'm saying you won't have to.
Yes, excellent.
Extravagant. What?
Like it's actually everywhere.
What was that, bro?
Yo, bro,
What is
chill,
it?
bro.
How did you feel about Gooner Hall?
Dude, it was honestly.
I really don't know
How did you feel about Gooner
what
Hall?
their obsession with Goonie is. T with Tambo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Personal Eighths, what's going on? How's it going? I don't think I've seen you in the chats before, but welcome. Steeler Princess, how's it going? So what are you guys' thoughts on this whole Gooner situation? Do we have bigger issues on our hands with these people? I think we do. I'm not going to speak on anybody else in this group because I don't know any of them. But it seems like David, Asia, and Neo have this weird obsession with Gooners, right? And let me see if I can find that other video. We'll play the rest of this out.
Nah, baby. No, it was tight. It was tight.
Oh, we're closing in 9 minutes.
You gotta go.
Are y'all ready?
I played these games before.
All right, Neo. Yeah, I think so too, personal. And I know they're just trolling, right? But I mean, it's just really odd for them to just continuously emphasize the Gooner situation. It's gross. It's gross, right?
Know that her and Power actually, or what?
Dies. Yeah, if you didn't know, sorry, buddy. She's dead.
And I think this is Ryan, right? I think this is their friend Ryan.
It's not happening, bro. It's not happening, bro.
Edit it in, edit it in.
Silence is gonna be into it.
Cap cut.
See how much longer it took. You can't let me. Oh,
Okay.
bitch!
Hey, this nigga don't.
Yo, I took this nigga to a.
Ryan's scared of this street.
I'm not scared of the street.
I mean, every street looks like.
Better fucking put the fucking shit up on a hot dog. Put a hot
All right, hot dogs.
If I ever die, don't let it be at work.
Things out of it.
Damn,
What's
y'all.
going on here?
New toy for the house.
What's the toy?
Clean old house.
Oh, that.
Oh, retarded?
I don't know what we're watching, y'all. Okay. Let me see. That was one video. Let me see. Where's the other one? This one right here.
This is,
I'm 21 and I just graduated college. And this is the summer that I turned
Hey,
chopped.
Basin Jorn, thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat. Is this generational thing, or do you think it's the crew that we are so shallow and weak? I mean, do they even lift, bro? I don't know. It doesn't look like any of them do, but who are we to judge, right? Who are we to judge?
Dude, what the fuck is
I'm not done. I'm not done. Shut up.
That's average.
They're making 6-7 cookies. Oh, I think we showed this video not too long ago, but this is Neo playing. He's singing a good song, y'all.
Baby walk, baby talk, do whatever you please. I can act like a star, I can beg on my knees. Be my friend, let us do it again. You can touch, you can play. If you say, I'm always yours. You can touch, you can play. If you say, I'm always yours.
Yo, what? Hey, let's give Neo a round of applause for his 10 out of 10 karaoke skills. Shout out to Neo. One more time, y'all. Give him a round of applause. Let me get some claps. Claps in the chat, y'all. Y'all are haters. Y'all are haters. Give him a round of applause, you guys. He did a great job. Look, we'll watch him again, y'all. We're going to watch him again.
Talk, do whatever you please. I can act like a star. I can beg on my knees. Be my friend. Let us do
Yikes.
it. You can touch, you can play. If you say, I'm always yours. You can touch, you can play.
Mystique is the only one that gave him claps in the chat. Thank you, Mystique. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are haters.
I'm always yours.
Stop it.
I love Taco Bell so much. Like, there's just like,
You didn't even want to get that shit until I don't get it.
dude, I love Taco Bell. Dude, how much do you love Taco Bell?
Is that Kobe?
Oh, that's not Kobe.
You're fucking. Wait, look who asked that.
Is he?
You're fucking. Wait.
Oh, look at this bracelet that he's got on.
Not Kobe.
He's got the same bracelet that Neo and David had. I don't know if that was from one of his shows or not. Look at that. This one right over here. Ah.
You're fucking. Wait, look who asked that.
It's my vlog.
I'm always leaving with something, yo. Hey, what's up?
Who, this person, Storm? Why do you know this dude? Everybody knows this guy.
What's up, man?
It's your boy.
I know the last time we saw you was at Goonfest.
The Goonfest, the vlog, vlog. I've just been chilling with Ryan behind the scenes, man.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, we still Gooner Squad, Gooner Hall, 2025.
Gooner Hall, but
Yikes.
you guys spot the difference between Brandon and Darwin?
I'm just a fatter version of him.
I can't see the difference between y'all either. I can't put that in.
Put it in. You're the Asian, and I approved this message. Oh! He's the only Asian. I'm just thinking about.
So we can link Trent, Kim, and Neo together, right? We see that they're out having lunch, having whatever it is.
The humble days when I used to wear APs and Rolexes and shit. Just me and my boy. Oh, it's just Brandon, you know. I'm just reminiscing about the humble days when we were like APs and Rolexes. I lost my AP. I'm gonna fucking I just got Brandon skipped. Fuck. No matter where we go, the white men will.
Should I hit?
I'm gonna say a worse word.
Okay. Anyways, so that was some footage that we came across of Neo. And the reason why I keep bringing Ryan up, right? And whatever. I'm just going to show this. Whatever. So here, we made a video. We put it up. This was called Neo the Asian is obsessed with Gooners.
The vlog?
Right?
Baby.
Hey, what's up, vlog? What's good? Right, Gooner.
Anyways, if you take a look here, right, at the comment, and we'll just kind of focus on just the comment itself, because I really want you guys to see this. Right, Love Ryan actually made a comment on this video and felt the need to respond, I guess defend himself, and it said, "This was from my vlog. By the way, wasn't aware of anything happening at the time, just meeting up with people I knew at the Anime Expo, and was also before anything was announced." Well, I guess all of them are watching, right? Because I know that this video was actually posted recently to Reddit. Shout out to Straybit who posted this video on Reddit. And I guess after they saw this video, they decided to leave a comment. So, I don't know. Do we need to look into Ryan more? I don't know if we do or not. Y'all tell me. Rage said, Neo is so weird. This is the rooftop bar at the beach. That's our local Gooner Neo. I bet all their parents are just so proud. Well, I don't know if they're proud or not, right? But I know that they are defending. They are defending. Let me see. Where's this video? And I say that because we did receive this comment, right? We talked about this before. I guess we just have people on the other side that are responding to our videos, leaving comments. But then we had this comment land on one of my other videos, and it said, Neo did not hide out with his mom. He lives with his mom. He was never served. He never drove the Tesla, and he is not in a plea deal. He has something to hide, or he has nothing to hide, sorry. He was cooperating with the DA already, and the arrest is completely bogus. Nancy is Melinda ducketing him, right? And there's absolutely no way for us to confirm who this is, but whoever left this comment really knows a lot about this situation or feels very strongly about this situation. And I just found it kind of weird, right? And so when I clicked on the profile of the person who left this comment, the only videos that were on this account were videos that included Neo's mom. So it was really weird. Now, I can't confirm 100% that it was her mom or was his mom, but those videos definitely were of her. And I wish, we can go back to that profile. However, that comment or that profile no longer exists. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta find it. This happened on the 1st. This was February 1st. Where's it at? Trying to find the profile, y'all. Hang tight, hang tight. Do I not have it anymore? Damn. Oh, here we go. Okay, so when we clicked on the link of that profile of the person that left it, their entire profile changed and all of their videos were removed, right? I don't know. It kind of feels like it, right? I don't know. It looks like they're watching. I'd say nice try if he was cooperating with the DA, but why was he arrested for failure to appear? That's a great question. None of us know exactly why he was arrested, right? But I do find it weird that somebody came out and said that Neo didn't hide with his mom. He lives with his mom. He was never served. He never drove the Tesla. He is not in a plea deal. These sound like they are very confident in the statements that, they're saying. And I guess they're really standing with it. He has nothing to hide. He was cooperating with the DA already. and the arrest is completely bogus. Nancy is Melinda ducketing him. And you know what? You did, Darcy. And we're not going to pull it up. There's really no reason to get his mom involved in this. Even if this is his mom defending him. Because the mom's going to do what they got to do, right? But after this comment, I really started thinking about like who actually moved the Tesla then. If it really wasn't Neo, then who could have moved the Tesla? I'm very, very curious about this. And so I just kind of went back to watch a few of the videos that have gone that SF has done. And I wanted to kind of watch this with you guys too, right? Because I think, darn it, I gotta make sure I don't do this then. Moved. Let's find these. Let's kind of go back. All right, let's kind of go from here, right? And we'll just kind of watch this part. Oh, shit.
So things like that, like, and I'm not even saying that LAPD didn't have that. I'm sure they did, but we wanted to make sure. And, and we did some work and on the up-resing the footage to find out who was driving the vehicle. And there are some other items that were found at the house that weren't taken during the search warrant. And, search warrants are limited, right? They can't just go take everything. It's what the judge, and we don't know how broad that search warrant was because we haven't seen it, and that's what we'd like to see. But there were some things that were not taken into custody of LAPD that we think.
Hey, do me a favor. If you guys are still here and you haven't hit the like button, do me a favor, hit the like button, y'all. All it does is just help this video get out into the algorithm, and all we're trying to do is spread the word, right? Trying to get this video out there. And it's crazy because right before we hopped on, we hit 1,100 subs. So shout out to all the people that subscribe to the channel. And if you're lurking, and you're considering subscribing, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free.
Are significant, and including digital media and some other things that really help nail down time.
Hey, Felicia. How's it going? Welcome. And thank you so much for your $1.99 super sticker. Thank you. Uh-oh.
And things like that.
And you handed that over to LAPD. There's other.
We have the day that we the things that we've recovered, we've given to LAPD within 24 hours.
Do you know who was driving that car?
Okay, so this is the part that I want us to really just start listening to, right? Because again, after I received that comment about Neo not driving the Tesla, because at first I was dead set on Neo driving that Tesla. But after that comment, I really had to think about who could have driven this Tesla. So I went back and watched a few of these videos, and I thought maybe we could kind of spark the discussion and ask you guys down in the chat. Because I think, that comment that we received, there has to be some little itty bitty parts of truth to it. I really don't think somebody is just going to come onto my small channel and leave a comment with those very confident words.
Tesla? You don't have to tell me, but do you know the identity?
Yeah, as far as going to the final, that what we believe is the final parking spot where it was towed from, yes.
And that information's been communicated to law enforcement.
So it's been given to law enforcement. They're not going to tell us if they're confirming if that's a person or not. Robbery, homicide, the way they work is we'll take your information. We're not going to speak on it, so I don't know. But listen, it's very clear that
have a good night.
is filled with surveillance cameras and the timelines. Once we learn those dates and we can see other things that were happening that were even public on Instagram and whatnot, or going on in those people's lives, it makes a lot of sense.
So let me ask you this. If you see when the car was parked there, have you seen anything to indicate that Celeste's body was transferred into that car after the car was parked there? Or in other words, do you believe that her body was in that car the minute it was parked in the location it was ultimately towed from?
So I'll say I have no evidence of a body being transferred before or after. There's no evidence of that at all. What I will say, when it was moved to that position, it was already like that. So that car had not been used in a very long time. It was super dirty, caked on dirt. I'll tell you, this was in late July. So it's bizarre because we also got media that the car was used a lot. David even spoke about it in Instagram videos. He took it to a detail shop and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the very beginning of the year, that car, something happens, and the car's doesn't show up anymore. It's not used. It seems to disappear. And then
we're just gonna kind of jump ahead to this.
He was the owner of the red Tesla. I think was in touch with him just for. Doesn't have to do with how she died, but maybe how they were planning on ultimately getting rid of her, and how maybe that Tesla was just a holding spot at the time, and things just, their timing was just off as far as getting this done. But there's a few things that were just like, will blow your mind.
Has anyone from David's team, management, legal, anybody reached out to you or your client?
I know that my client's been in touch with his manager, but only for the purpose of the lease, because they did ask to terminate the lease. And I believe the other manager that technically was the owner of the red Tesla, I think was in touch with him just because they needed access to the house to get that vehicle and stuff out. Because that's another thing that I think could be key in this, is that there's only one key to that house, and who had that and who had access to it and who was in it. Because we also have evidence that while David was on tour at the time between the Tesla being found and the search warrant being served, David was on tour, but somebody was in that house.
There was somebody in that house, right? And so he's basically alluding that maybe whoever could have possibly moved the Tesla may have been the same person that was in the house. So I don't know if that definitely couldn't make David the person, right? They would have no reason to lie on YouTube. I mean, it makes sense to me, kind of, right?
A report made, not with police, but that homeowner association has a robust private security company, and we've gotten videos from them and reports. And so who had that key is probably the same person that, had access to the Tesla.
Do you know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say
he's really like slipping up on his words right here, right? He asked if he knows who, if Jesse asked him, do you know who moved the Tesla? He says, I definitely know who moved the Tesla, but I don't know who was at the house.
Before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in the house, because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her body?
Okay, so that's one video right over here, right? So I want to take us back to another video that SF Investigates did with Nancy Grace. Hold on. I think we gotta go right about here.
Celeste's body was found in a black tube top and ripped jeans. The trunk. Ripped jeans, the same outfit she has on August the 4th at the D4VD David Burke concert. So
no way, Storm, no way. You gotta be kidding me. I wanted to trust SF at the beginning of all of this. He does appear to be a career opportunist on these type of high profile cases. Yeah, I mean, he seems to be very vocal on a lot of these cases. It seems like he's, speaking out on the Nancy Guthrie case as well, right? You've seen him on a few shows like on Court TV, but it is what it is, right? He's a high profile private investigator. And he's also been the only one giving us news and updates regarding this case, because LAPD is definitely not giving us anything.
I'm trying to narrow down the timeline, Fisher. That's what I'm doing here. Now, I'd like to understand, you saw a person emerge from the Tesla. I assume that was July 29 at 11 a.m. You saw a person get out of the Tesla.
No, I didn't see them get out of the Tesla. They drove.
Okay, so just to clarify, whoever he saw did not come out of the Tesla. So there's no footage that he has seen of the person outside of the Tesla. So let's continue.
When they drove by the camera in the Tesla, I could tell who it was, but then they're too far out of range. When they hit the parking spot. So I can identify the person from when they drove within 4 or 5 feet of the camera.
Basin Jordan, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good night, man.
Wow, that's
identify. When they hit the parking spot. So I can identify the person from when they drove within 4 or 5 feet of the camera.
So we know that whoever drove the Tesla drove 4 to 5 feet in front of this camera.
wow, that's even much better. So you're telling me it's not the person getting in or out of the Tesla. They drive by a cam, and that's July 29, correct?
Correct.
And you get a face shot. Is that correct?
A face shot, and because the Tesla is so, has so many windows, the upper body, and they're wearing something very distinctive.
So,
and they're wearing something very distinctive. So I want you guys to remember that particular phrase that he says, something very distinctive.
let me ask you this, Steve Fisher. Are you familiar with all of the people that work with and for Burke? You know what they look like?
I do now. I didn't, at that time, but the main players I've certainly become very familiar with.
Have a good night, Katsir.
There's a lot of photos of them. We came into a lot of media of them that was left at the house.
Steve Fisher, why won't you divulge who was driving the Tesla, ostensibly with Celeste's body in the trunk?
Well, I'll tell you, I would like to. I'll be honest with you, but by statute,
Okay, so this is where he clarifies that he's not allowed to give out this information without the permission of the homeowner, right? And we've said this many times on the show before. We've got in contact with the homeowner, and he's stated, he's clarified that the information will come out when it can, right?
Cannot unless I have my client's permission. That's
Celeste's body in the trunk.
Well, I'll tell you, I would like to. I'll be honest with you, but by statute, I cannot unless I have my client's permission. That's just something a regulation that I'm bound by. And right now, they want to give LAPD a little bit more time. If it was up to me, I would put it out there because it's been 7 weeks, and I don't understand why at least the concealment charge can't be dropped by this time, and you can always stack charges on top of that. So I don't agree with it. I would put it out if it was up to me.
You mentioned you got a clear picture of the driver's face. Was the window rolled down?
It was rolled down. And
okay, so distinct, right? The definition of distinct is it describes things that are clearly separate, unique, or easily perceived as different from others. Right? So that's the definition of distinct, right? So some words that you can use as synonyms include separate, discrete, different, clear, defined, and unmistakable. Keep that in mind, you guys. Keep that in mind.
And they were only going a block and a half. It was 77 degrees, and the car, if it was parked in front of the rental house, it was in the shade. So I don't understand why they'd have the window down like that.
And
so here, let's go back.
It was up to me.
You mentioned you got a clear picture of the driver's face. Was the window rolled down?
It was rolled down, and they were only going a block and a half. It was 77 degrees, and the car, if it was parked in front of the rental house, it was in the shade. So I don't understand why they'd have the window down like that.
And obviously, to Dr. Kendall Crowns joining us, Chief Medical Examiner, Tarrant County, the host of a new podcast, Mayhem in the Morgue. He is an esteemed lecturer at the Burnett School of Medicine at TCU. Dr. Kendall Crowns, by that...
Okay, so that, let me see. I don't know if they mentioned anything else.
Fisher won't divulge, could not smell the overwhelming odor of decomposition. And yet they just left the car there.
I agree, but they could also say, it's California, it's beautiful. I want to put the windows down.
There's nothing much here. Let's go back to News Nation interview that SF Investigates did with Ashley Banfield. Let's just go from here. Let's see. Dang, okay, hold on. We gotta back it up a bit.
Checkup was the seasonal to the case. Private investigator who got his hands on some pretty jarring video of the singer David's Tesla as it's driving away from his mansion, and it ends up in a place where it was abandoned. And guess what? The window was partly down. And so, yeah, the person driving was visible. Here's my conversation with Steve Fisher. Take a listen. How certain are you that this video of the car driving away from David's mansion is the last time it drove and ended up at the spot where it was abandoned, likely with that body inside?
I'm certain. Listen, I can't say 100.
Hey, shout out to Felicia for her 199 super sticker again. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Felicia. We appreciate your support over here at FloJo TV. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because there's not a camera trained on that Tesla once it's parked. Continuously that I've seen. I mean, there likely is a camera, but I've seen the car driven to that spot, and with the dates, with the date that it was, and they left town right after that. I'm certain that is the last time the car was driven. It was put there with her, in the front trunk.
And there's one weird detail about what you could, well, there's a lot of weird details, and I'm going to get to what you saw through the driver's side window in a second, but there was an air freshener that was found in the car at this point that we see on.
That's a great question, Personal Eighths, right? Why would the landlord of the house not want SF to say who was moving the car? I mean, and it's debatable, right? I know you mentioned earlier that it's a red herring, and whoever moved the car has nothing to do with it. But I mean, if there really is, no secret to hide, why hasn't anybody mentioned it? Right? Could it have been Rob? Could it have been David, Neo, Asia, whatever? Why are they hiding that information if this is really, no big deal, right?
On our screen, where it was abandoned. Was that air freshener also hanging from the rear view mirror when it drove off from David's house?
It wasn't, but the window was half to 3/4 of the way down, which is odd because it was a very short drive, and also at that on that day.
Desiree Collette said, "My daughter actually had tickets to go to this concert, but her ride didn't fall through. Thank God. He's demonic to me, saying he's two different people." Maybe more than two, huh? I don't know. He said his alter ego. He's got like 4 of them.
This is the very end of July 29th. It was like 78 degrees at that time in the morning, or 77 degrees. And if it was
Melanie, thank you so much for your $2.99 super chat. That Australian dollars, $2.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
The street where the house is, so it's shaded by the house. So, if you're going, I don't know why the window would be rolled down unless there's something, offensive there. And then all of a sudden, one of the first things I picked up on when the news first broke about the her being found in there, where they were towing the car away from the impound lot to LAPD, was why on a $104,000 car is there a Christmas tree air freshener hanging from the, from the mirror? It seemed kind of odd to me, but I guess maybe they thought that would help, mask it for when they had to move the car again.
If there was that smell at that time, because again, we have no idea when Celeste started decomposing in that trunk. We don't know if she'd been decomposing in the trunk for a long.
I mean, all we know, right, from the day that the car was impounded, picked up, and the day that her body was, no, July 29th when they went on tour, all the way to the day that her body was discovered. That's a total of 41 days, you guys. Celeste Rivas Hernandez sat dead, dismembered in the front of that Tesla for 41 days at minimum, right? At minimum. Who knows how long her body has been in that Tesla? There's videos of SF saying a dog had died in February 22nd. So who knows? She could have been there for way, way longer.
long time before it ended up being, the car ended up being abandoned. But talk to me about the date of this video, July 29th, and talk to me about what you saw. What did you see in terms of the identity of the person driving through that open window?
So it's very clearly that Tesla one, because the Tesla has that tape on the rear spoiler for whatever reason. I don't know why it's there. And also, it was just like it is in that picture. It was that dirty, except you could tell that they had run the windshield wiper like once to clear the dirt away so they could see. And
yeah, they don't work as well, right?
Very close to the camera, although there is some motion blur, but you can see the person and you can see what they're wearing, something pretty distinctive. And there's photos that I have from 12 hours earlier, a person at the house wearing the same thing.
And I know that the viewers right now are screaming at the TV set saying, Ashley, ask them who it was.
I mean, I honestly wish I could tell you. I don't want to, I don't want to interfere with LAPD on that. And I think that's coming, because we know a crime was committed 100%. Somebody.
So there's the Tesla, the license plate's blacked out, and as it's moved, you can see that the air freshener is placed right there, right? It's crazy too, because you look at these straps on the tire mean that looks like there's no air in these tires either, which is wild. So that means they must have left that car sitting and sitting and sitting for the longest time. It also makes me wonder, like, when he moved that car from in front of his house, or whoever moved the car from in front of the house all the way down to Bluebird Avenue, was the tires already like flat?
Hey, maybe the reason I don't want to say the person's name is because maybe this person was just someone that was asked to move the car, and didn't know. I find that very hard to believe, and I doubt that's the case. But just in case, I'd rather LAPD make that now.
Okay, so he made a very distinct statement right there, because we know for a fact that he knows exactly who moved that Tesla.
Just someone that was asked to move the car. Yeah.
Maybe that someone was just asked to move the car.
Name is because maybe this person was just someone that was asked to move the car, and didn't know. I find that very hard to believe, and I doubt that's the case. But just in case, I'd rather LAPD make that announcement.
Well, and it's important for us to tell viewers as well that you turned all this material over to them. You're the one who found it. You're the one who took it to them. You're the one who said, and I connected it to the photos from just 12 hours earlier, and here's the clothing. It looks like this could be an ID. July 29th, important because that was the last day that David was in Los Angeles, right? But before he went off on his tour. So he was there in Los Angeles on that day that drive happened.
Yeah, I've seen on one of his public social medias, he had put a video out where it was the first day on their new tour bus, because they were going to San Francisco, I believe, for the first night of the concert series, and they did a video from inside the tour bus. So I believe hours after that car was moved, they actually got on the tour bus and headed to San Fran.
Let me ask you this, and I only have a couple seconds left, but you found some other suspicious things. The landlord, as
right,
we obviously know now, allowed you into the house, and you saw some things in there that were very uncomfortable and very suspicious. I know you can't say certain things, but what can you tell us about what you saw inside the house?
Well, and this is the landlord found it also, but there were some things in there that were hard to think about, because these would be items that would be used if you wanted to get rid of a body, and there's really no other purpose for them at a house like this or anything. And it's
Whitney, that's been a question that has come up since day one, right? Where in the hell did Celeste's phone go? Did she even have a phone that belonged to her? Right, because nobody knows. I mean, we've seen photos of her, multiple different photos of her with different types of phones, but now no phone is to be found. That's pretty wild.
They're expensive items, and so they weren't jokes, and but they weren't used. I'll tell you that they were still in the box. So I don't know how much we'll find out about that in the future, because you can't charge somebody for thinking about doing something. But I think that they had a plan.
But it's
Important to know, because first thing I said when I learned of that was that, well, that can't be possible because the LAPD raided the place and took everything. But you know for a fact that they photographed those things, and they're huge and heavy and expensive, and so they have ample information and photographic evidence of those things.
They said that we inquired about this, and they said that they photographed it. I don't know why they didn't take it. There's 2 items. I don't know why they didn't take them, but they said they photographed them.
Okay, so that's that video. And then the last one that I'll show you guys is this one right over here with Jesse Weber on sidebar, right? So he did all 3 of them, right? He did Nancy Grace, he did Ashley Banfield, and this is his video with Jesse Weber. Let's start. Where are we gonna start? Let's do right here.
Again, yesterday. I don't know if there's going to be too much more there to gather. There are these small pieces, like the Build-A-Bear and stuff in photos from the graduation that we can put this timeline together. But that really just kind of proves this relationship, and it was a known relationship. As far as what happened and when, it appears to me that January, February is when there's something happens with the Tesla. It stops being used regularly. And so I think that's going to end up being the date. But I could be wrong. I don't have any proof of what happened to her, or her being placed in that Tesla or being taken out of that Tesla.
I was going to ask you, because in our last discussion, you talked about tracking the Tesla, who may have moved it. You believe that you have an indication about who may have moved it. Obviously, haven't identified the person, but have you been able to pinpoint any more details about the car? Any new insights about it, how it fits into the picture?
No, not on that car, but we have learned that there was another one of his close entourage.
Oh, this is the part where they talk about that other car.
There was another one of his close entourage, a person that was actually on tour with him. There was another car that was reported being left right by the house for like 2 months, and they had actually called to have that one towed as well. And then the day before it was going to be towed, when they came out for the 3rd time, 2 men came and picked up the car, and we've since found out
2 men came to pick up the car. I know in the last report, or one of the most recent videos that we saw, SF said that Asia's dad came to pick up the car. So maybe Asia's dad picked up the car with somebody else.
have that one towed as well. And then the day before,
Odd, because I don't ever remember this coming out, that second car that was there for 2 months was supposed to be towed.
It was going to be towed when they came out for the 3rd time. 2 men came and picked up the car, and we've since found out
how's
that
it going?
is somebody that was owned by somebody that was out on tour with David, and they just left it in front of that, across the street, on the same street, just parked on the other side of the road, kind of blocking someone's driveway for 2 months.
To be clear, the 2 people that moved that other car, was one of them the person that moved the Tesla?
No, so these are, I only know I've only ID'd one of them. These are not people that are regular, and they were the owner of the cars, I think a family member and a friend or something like that. Not people that were around, and not David's people or anything like that.
Now, you've also been tracking the medical examiner timeline, the LAPD's timelines actively, very closely. Have there been any developments there that you can give a better sense of when we might maybe even see an official determination about the cause of death, the manner of death, anything like that?
I think it could be in the next week to 10 days. And that's because, what I've been doing is tracking, her, she was discovered on the 8th, on September 8th. So I've been tracking the deaths for the months and weeks before that date, and the ones that were in deferred status. Those are usually the ones that are pending toxicology.
Norma,
and then I'm
how's
seeing
it
that they're
going?
showing up as they're not deferred anymore, and they're showing, acute fentanyl intoxication or whatever. So it shows
in other cases, yes.
So they've in other cases. So it shows that the toxicology has come back on those, and they're making determinations. And I've seen those as.
Let me pause this and then bring up this video right over here. So this is the video of the tour bus, right? And so SF mentions in one of the videos that he says that the car was moved and then they immediately went on tour, right? So I'm just going to take him for what he says, and I'm going to assume right? I'm gonna make the assumption that whoever moved the car was also somebody who also left and went on tour, right? Now, obviously, we don't know. We don't know any of the details. So all we're left to do is speculate, right? And this is a commentary channel, so this is where we're going to do that. We're going to voice our opinions here. If you guys don't like it, then, you know, tell me something else that happened, right? But we know that whoever moved the bus wore something very distinct, right? And could it have been Neo? We don't know, right? But there's been talks that Neo was wearing. Let me see. I got to move this now. Hold on. I got to change this back to this. No, that didn't work. Where'd it go? Hold on. Why is it not showing? Hold on. If I did this. Yeah, they don't want me to show this, y'all. They don't want me to show it to y'all. Okay. We do know that it's been said that Neo was wearing this, right? But there is also other footage or photos that says that Neo was wearing this on July 27th and not July 29th. So, I mean, is he wearing anything very distinct in this photo? I don't really know. And if they're talking about, you know, the upper body, maybe the red jersey, right? Maybe the hat. I don't know. But then if we take a look at this footage right here, this is on the tour bus. And so we know.
Just show you guys the eats before.
So it looks like David's showing off his food, right?
Show you guys the eat.
He's got a burrito.
Before we
looks like an open chicken sandwich.
Embark on our tour adventure.
And we see here that
the
Asia is already eating
balls, burgers.
And it looks like Neo is already eating.
The
right?
bacon balls, tender, tour bus vibes.
And you know what? Like, I can't help but think that David was the person that moved this Tesla. I mean, if we go back and look, Asia's already eating, right? Neo is already eating. And I'm under the assumption that they've already been on that bus.
The banging balls, tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back.
And then we see here, right, that David is the only one that hasn't touched his food. I mean, this could indicate that he was the last person on the bus.
Show you guys the eats before we embark on our tour adventure. We got the banging balls burgers.
Or it could have been Rob. I don't know. We don't know, right?
The banging balls, tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back because we making music called tour. You know what?
It's not going to allow me to stop it. But here in this footage right over here, it's not going to let me stop on it. But here in this footage, you can see when he swipes over to the mirror that David is wearing his bonnet.
What's that?
I'm sorry, y'all. For some reason, it's not allowing me to pause it on that actual spot. But in other times, we were able to kind of... There you go. That's David right there. And he's wearing his bonnet. And if you ask me, this is something that's very distinct, right? And for him to wear this, remember, the definition for distinct is it describes things that are clearly separate, unique, or easily perceived as different from others, right?
You know what it is. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. See y'all in San Francisco. First show on the way. We're going to get naked on stage.
Great. So many people missing on the bus yet. Maybe the person who moved the car was tour roadie and the clothing could have been reflective vest or tour shirt. And you know what? We don't know anybody else that was on that bus, right? We do know that there was somebody who drove the bus. We don't know if that was a manager. Could have been, but we don't know, right? Viking woman said, I feel like he would be the one to move it. The smell, I would think that he wouldn't want to explain to just anyone, right? we don't know when this was filmed. This was filmed the day that they left on July 29th. This was the day that they left for the tour. This video was posted on the same day as well. So July 29th is the date that it was posted. But July 29th is also the same day that they left for tour. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments who you guys think moved the Tesla. I think it was David, right? I was so set on it being Neo. But after reading this comment right here, and after thinking about it, and after going back through some of these videos, Neo was not wearing anything distinct. Neo wasn't wearing anything distinct on that day.
I'll show you guys.
Let's see what Neo was wearing. This guy looks like he's in pajamas. I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys debate that in the comments.
The banging balls, tender tour bus vibes.
That's gonna be it for tonight, you guys. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Shout outs to everybody who helped support the channel. Let me make sure I shout all of you guys out. Basin Jordan with his $4.99 super chat. Felicia with her $1.99 super sticker. Actually, you did two $1.99 super stickers. What else? And then Melanie with her $2.99 super chat. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, that's gonna be it for tonight, you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out. See you guys later. Do me a favor, hit the like button, and then after this is over, do me a favor and hype it. And if you're not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments who you guys think actually moved the Tesla, because I think I've changed my mind, and I think I might owe Neo an apology if it really wasn't him. Anyways, thank you guys. See you guys another day. I'll take. I can't even talk right now. I'm tired. I need to get ready for bed. I got work tomorrow. Peace out, guys.